Universal Church Directory Design Guide. Our design guide comes in one of two options. One is the traditional format using pen, pencil, and paper. The other is a web-based computer format using point-and-click assembly. Before we explore both options, let's have a quick survey as to which option might better fit you as the design guide chairperson. It starts with a simple question. Are you more comfortable using a pen and paper or a mouse and monitor? If you're a paper pencil person, you'll probably want to use our manual design guide. If you're a computer nerd, you may want to explore our web-based directory builder. The manual format on the left uses hard copy, manually generated cover forms, ministry pages, and submitted family photos. The web-based design guide format on the right starts at universaldirectorybuilder.com, which gives you the option to pick a format that works with your operating system and a series of tutorials. This method also allows you to see the pages on your monitor and change them with the click of a mouse. If you are using the manual white design guide, you have three options shown on page 2 of the design guide. The express method. We do everything. Just put your pictures, text, cover sheets, ministry page sheets into the design envelope, and we create the directory for you. Or the universal design method, you use our templates and materials. Or the church design method, you do everything. Our small church program is for churches with 25 to 31 sittings. Be sure to read the specifics of what happens with the program. Page 3 also lists the three family sections available, and you will choose those on page 4. Let's get some of the basics out of the way. Page 4 of the manual design guide asks, 1. Specify the size of the directory. You have a Bible size of 8.5 by 5.5 available, or the standard size of 8.5 by 11. Specify the binding and cover styles. Saddle stitch, i.e. a staple, is free. Other styles will record using credits. The cover style of standard or UV gloss, handy if your members use their directory as a coaster, and back pocket options are available. Specify the picture format. Do you want your picture square, rounded, or with a shadow? Specify the page format for pictures per page for either of the two sizes. Remember, only the standard traditional comes with a full roster. Other styles may include a roster for credits or purchase. And finally, specify the color of pages for the family section in the roster. If you select a background style or if you'd like to use the designer series option. Whichever format you choose, here are the four major components to complete. First, we start with designing the front and back covers of your directory. The front and back covers are complementary for every directory program. Then we add the ministry pages, which can include the inside, front, and back covers. Ministry pages also include church groups, activities, or staff. Then we'll add the family section submitted images formed for those members who are homebound, military deployed, or out of area student. And finally, the fourth component, the roster. The roster consists of all members in the household living at the same address. And voila, your directory is ready to be sent in for proof and then production. Now let's explore those steps in detail. All of these forms can be found at www.ucdir.com/UCD files. Front and back outside covers are included with all programs at no cost. You supply digital images, JPEGs, or photos, i.e. Kodak quality glossy prints. No color copier images. Also specify which church code and if this is a front or back cover. Select a font from the options on page 7. This cover can include as much or little information as you wish. Just tell us the text you want on the cover and the placement at top or bottom of the page. You may draw a picture on the back of the page to further explain the design. Cover design PG-13 and L-01, full bleed. Selected picture goes from top to bottom and side to side. L2, slide bleed. Selected picture is centered in page and goes from edge to edge with banner above and below. Or L3 is a landscape or portrait picture. Or custom. Draw the design you wish for the cover on the back of this page. Unless you've chosen a full bleed, there will be a space around the picture. You will need to select a color and texture design if you wish. As in the family section, pictures may have square or rounded corners and a shadow effect if the background color is not black. You may also indicate a designer series cover number from pages 8 to 11 in the designer guide. Inside front and back covers are considered ministry pages. If you use both of them, they only cost 1 credit. Many churches use the front inside cover for pastor picture and greeting and to picture the staff. It's the first thing people see in opening the directory. Back inside cover is ideal for church activities throughout the year, the mission statement, or church history. Indicate the place of the ministry page by inside front or back cover, or order in which it appears. Fill in the information about the page title if you want to have one, i.e. staff, ministry team, activities, groups, etc. And pick the color of the headliner box and font with color. Identify the ministry page layout from templates available or drawing on the back of the page. Pick color, style, and font type. And for each ministry page, be sure to identify and coordinate the text and pictures on the flash drive with the page. Create files on the flash drive for each page and make sure the pictures and text for that page are in that file. Submitted family photos may be included if the person is homebound, infirmed, or unable to come to the church for a photo, military on deployment or stationed out of the area, student at school out of area. There's a charge of $15 per photo submitted, but you can submit 8 photos for 1 credit. If you have 3 photos to submit, I would suggest paying the $45 and saving the credit, which is worth $100, to spend for something else. If you have 11 pictures to submit, you can submit 1 credit and pay the $15 for the additional 3 pictures. The cost for submitted photos for a perfect bound or hardback is $25 per photo, and there is no credit for the first 8 photos. Remember that submitted photos must be on a flash drive as a JPEG image or a Kodak quality hard copy. Color copier printers are not acceptable. Because Universal Church Directories offers unique church solutions to help your ministry, there are a number of tools that you can order with your credits or purchase. These items are under Ministry Tool at the bottom of page 5 and include My UCD app, which allows you to keep your directory online up to date 24/7 at no cost for the next 4 years. 2 credits. A CD-ROM, giving you digital images that you can use in a newsletter or bulletin. 1 credit. 250 postcards. 1 credit. 250 note cards with envelopes. 1 credit. 50 visitor folders using the front, back, and inside front cover with an inside back cover pocket for you to share current information about your church. 50 visitor folders are 2 credits. We encourage you to pick these items that will be of best interest and serve the ministry needs of your church. Selecting and designing ministry tools is done on the ministry forum to the right. Finally, the roster. A complete roster is included in the traditional 16 pictures per page format, and it can be included with those pictured or not pictured. A roster is available for the Premier traditional 9 pictures per page and the Premier Connect 8 pictures per page with family information next to the picture. These rosters editions are available as a camera-ready page for $75 per page or traditional roster page of 40 families per page at $100 per page. Below is the information about how to submit a complete roster. The final step is to use your credits. To the right is page 5, which allows you to spend your credits for specific items or spend them for cash. If, for example, you have 11 pictures to submit, you could spend 1 credit and pay $45 for the additional 3 pictures. Also, depending on the binding selected, you will automatically receive a 10 or 20% overrun. If you have 100 total photos, i.e., UCD portraits and submitted photos, and a soft cover, you will receive 120 copies of the directory. You can order another 20 for 1 credit. If you think you will need more, the books are $7 each now. Buy them later, they are $8 each, incur a $25 setup fee and shipping charge. Buying 25 extra books now costs $175. Buying them in a year costs $225 plus shipping. Let's suppose your church photographed 202 families, but submitted 12 photos, 8 for 1 credit and 4 for $15 each. And maybe the church wanted 4 additional copies. And let's suppose you had 5 ministry pages, 2 of them you placed on the inside front and back cover, and 3 of them as separate pages. And let's suppose you wanted the MyUCD app and the digital directory CD-ROM, and 100 visitor brochures. Quantity is 2 for 4 credits. Pop quiz question. How many directories will arrive at your church? Finally, the light at the end of the tunnel. Simply slip the completed design guide with all materials in the pocket in the back, take it to the post office, and send with signature guarantee. In 20 business days, you will have a printer's proof. 20 business days after receiving the proof, you will have your completed directories. Remember, all of the directories are shipped bulk to the church. It is your job to distribute them to those who have their picture in the directory. Pop quiz answer. 260 directories will arrive. 214 to be distributed to the 214 people who have their picture in the directory. 42, a 20% overrun, and the 4 that were purchased. If you elect to use the online web-based directory builder program, that site is universaldirectorybuilder.com. Once you have accessed that site, you will be able to download the program for your operating system. And there are a series of tutorials to help you answer the questions. I hope this brief design meeting tutorial has been helpful. Remember, if you and your committee need additional help or clarification, I'm readily available for a telephone call or Zoom meeting to address your questions.